long-lasting 12-hour fragrance, KSDL खुशबू ऐसी कि बस खो जाओ। Start of the 8th over. Let's run through that batting order, Ajay. We're out of position now, getting into the 8th over. New batter walked in at the fall of that wicket in the 7th over. Where would you want to see Shreyas Gopal and Abhinav Manohar? Because it is the big game. Really, you can't falter here. And the two big boys, you want them to bat as much as possible. They got runs yesterday. Would you, for some reason, have wanted to see maybe one of them walk out? Yeah, at the moment, Darshan Emiri comes on to bowl 3 wickets for him in his Maharaja T20 career. In 14 matches, hasn't got too many wickets. That's a really good point you make, because exactly what I was mentioning in the last over, because I would like to see someone like Shreyas Gopal or even Abhinav Manohar. Because the problem is, if you get a start of around 60-70 runs in the power play or even around 50, then it's a different ball game. But if you don't get a start, you have lost a wicket, you need somebody to provide that impetus. To see people of all ages, young children as well come here. It's a big day, the semi-final slated. It's a lovely day as well, clear skies, a bit warm as well here in Bangalore. How adorable is he? Thanks for coming and adding that little bit of color here to the Chinnaswamy. Is there something? The bowler and the keeper think so. The umpire, not quite. In fact, while they celebrate a cheeky single. You want to be on your toes. Great match awareness. They saw the opportunity, they took that single. But the question remains, was there something? Yeah, Darshan and the wicket keeper, they went up in unison. They thought there was something to it. And in the process also that boy as well, exactly what happened. Just have a listen as well. No, I think it was absolutely no bad in that. He was just getting excited that the keeper in the process also losing the ball. He was just appealing, yes, and losing the ball. And then realizing it. And the batsmen were off for that single. A good line. Just getting that bounce as well. I was mentioning about that bounce on the surface. It's a very house on the surface. You have strike now. You get a single. He's batting on 5 or 5. Just going back to the point that you were making. Truth be told, I would have really loved to see someone like a Shreyas Gopal. I thought the opportunity, the platform was perfect for someone like him to come, because it isn't just the fact that he'll give you stability, and he also strikes it around the 130-140 range, so he'll keep the scoreboard ticking, and in a sense build a stronger platform for the likes of an Abhinav Manohar to come in the second half. And you see the timeline as well, and that's pretty evident that the boundaries aren't coming. They've lost a wicket as well. They have got those singles and doubles. It's been some time, 15 deliveries. The last boundary came now, 16 deliveries. So they need an impetus in the innings. They need somebody to just improvise. 16 deliveries now. And you're right, absolutely. I think the man could have been the skipper himself, Shreyas Gopal. Just the way he batted yesterday, he was the player of the match. Batted beautifully along with Abhinav Manohar, because Abhinav Manohar normally he gets in a bit late, around the 14th, 15th over. That's the time when he can really explode as well, get those quick runs. I think Shreyas Gopal is the kind of batter that he is, improvises beautifully. They need some runs coming at the stage. I think that this was the time, instead of Vinay, that he could have really come in. 100%, I couldn't agree more. And he has this uncanny knack of picking up boundaries with those switch hits, and he's so understated as a batter. We don't talk much about what Shreyas does with the bat as much as what he does with the ball. But I think he can give himself more credit. And really, in a big game where at the moment it's 6 to the over, and we're taking on a batting lineup like the Tigers, and you have to put your best foot forward, get as much as possible. I would have loved to see that. We've had only a few boundaries in these 7.5 overs or so. Majority from the bat of Rohan Kadam. This was the big 6. We haven't seen too many for their liking, truth be told. This was the shorter one that he punched off the back foot. Back to live action, just a bit of a break there. Oh, he's just cut himself in half. That just jerked back in. So close to that leg stump. Excellent delivery from Darshan MB.
It's been a really good over from Darshan. He's bowling well. Just see the length as well. Now that's fuller length. He's drawing the bat and then the ball just coming in a shade. Once I can just see the carry where the keeper collects that one. So there is that bounce to the surface, but also he's moving the ball. He's getting a bit of lateral movement going. There's a bit of breeze blowing across the ground. Although clear skies, but a breeze blowing, so that's really helping someone like Darshan as well. It's been a really good over. Coming down the track, just clearing the fielder at cover. Will be a couple of runs. That's going to be at the end of the over as well. 8 overs done. It's been a really good over from Darshan. It's 48 for 1.
Long-lasting 12-hour fragrance. KSDL. खुशबू ऐसी की बस खो जा.
Here you go. We go back to Abhinav Manohar and Shreyas Gopal. We'll keep looking at that list, but there's nothing that you can do sitting in the dugout. And in a big game like this, you want to give your best batters as many deliveries to make an impact. At the moment, Vinay Sagar, well, without cutting him any slack at all.
Big game, you got to accept the challenge and you have to put your best foot forward. That's very, very important. Once again, try to cut that one, missing it. Trying to improvise and does it well this time. Lovely connection. That's the shot they required at this stage. Runs one coming. Rohan Kadam, he's been batting well. That's a maximum, very nasty time from him.
Now he's getting those boundaries away. Time and again, they reach a point where they literally have to release the pressure. And it was a good ball he picked. The execution was quite outstanding.
I think understand they have to really get on with things now, but that was beautifully improvised by him. Excellent timing, exactly what he was doing. Experienced campaigner, Rohan Kadam, 37 of 31. Did a good job so far.
They threw the call immediately. There is a fielder there. Darshan MB, the fielder. But they'll come back for 2. It's the larger part of the ground.
See, he's done the bulk of the scoring so far, Rohan Kadam, but the other batters as well, they have to fire from the other end as well. That's going to be important here for the Lions. You see someone like Nehal back in the heart, 7 of 12. Even Vinay at 7 of 7, they have to be better because it's a good service of batting.
I wonder if they're even thinking of what we're talking about, or if they're happy with the way things are going. It's perspective, isn't it?
They have the depth in batting and they bat deep. They have someone like Pranav Bhatia, Kranti Kumar, probably Pranav might bat number 9 as well. So they have the depth in batting. In a crunch game, in a big game, in a knockout game, you have to really try something different here against an opponent who's done really well in the tournament, who've topped the league phase.
Very nice from Mitra Khan. He'll be okay. Even that 6, I don't think the Tigers will be sweating it out there because of that 6 that's come. Have a look at the current run rate, 6.5. They're in the 9th over, almost halfway through the semi-final. There's a spot in the big final at stake tomorrow evening. Huge game this. Just how good do the Tigers look? A proper, well-oiled machine, as we say.
Another single. And that's the end of the over as well. 9 overs done. 59 for 1. The Lions at this stage, probably the Blue Tigers will be more happier. Eyes on the watch as well. It's time for the strategic timeout.
KSDL. Let's play. Intense, long-lasting 12-hour fragrance. KSDL. खुशबू ऐसी की बस खो जाओ.
Nine overs into this game, just the 59 posted by the Lions. I think they'll be discussing a lot of important points right now because it's a phase that's completely belonged to the Tigers. They'll be the happier team going in to the strategic timeout.
Yeah, absolutely. And one man who's looked really good has been Rohan Kadam, 41 of 34. He's batted well. They've lost the wicket of Nehal, the only wicket to fall. But they still have a lot of batting left. Abid Manohar, Shreyas Gopal, someone like Pranav Bhatia is coming at number 9. And he's a useful batter as well. All the things that panned out so far in the innings was a good start. Especially Rohan Kadam finding those boundaries, some lovely drives as well off the seamers. He's getting the runs. He's done the bulk of the scoring so far. That was a massive strike from Rohan Kadam. Again, the spinner as well, using the depth of the crease. And of course, at the other end, Nehal, he fell pretty early. It was only way to fall, Manwant the catcher. And then of course, Winnie came in. But Rohan Kadam once again improvising very well in the last over, getting that maximum at 6. 1 wicket for Mitra Khan. He's been going at 8 runs per over. Lavish starting up pretty well, very economical also. Avarappa, the way he bowled those 2 overs, conceding just 14 runs. Ariappa bowling 1 for 5. We haven't seen so far the leg spinner, Praveen Dubey. Darshan looked really good. Very close shout as well for caught behind when he was bowling.